We are back at it today with some more decluttering, and today we're tackling a fridge declutter and cleanup as well as a huge clean out of my husband's clothes. These are big projects that I was not looking forward to at all, so I really hope this gives you all the motivation that you need today to tackle a space or two in your own home. I want to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring a portion of today's video as well, and let's just get started. Before we can clean out the fridge, we're doing a quick pickup in the kitchen. The dishwasher needed to be emptied, surfaces needed to be cleaned off and prepared so I had space to work when I take every single thing out of the fridge. I'll be honest, I was not feeling motivated at all. Decluttering can easily start to burn you out. I had just brought multiple bags of donations to our local donation center the day before, which felt amazing, but now here I was about to create more trash and more donations as I clear out 2 more spaces in our home. I know the end result is worth it, so I kept that in mind to get me going. Getting rid of stuff has been so great for us. I feel 10 pounds lighter already, but there is still so much work to be done, and it certainly can feel overwhelming. So the big project that we need to do today is clean out the fridge. But before we get to that, I'm really excited to unbox this Thrive Market order. If you have never heard of Thrive Market before, they are an online membership-based grocery store, and they're on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable to everyone. Thrive sells so many of my favorite brands, but my favorite part is their pricing. So I actually saved $39.53 on this order. And I did my homework too. I actually checked the prices at all the grocery stores around me just to make sure I was getting the best price, and Thrive by far had the lowest prices. But what's cool is that if you do find a lower price elsewhere, Thrive will actually match it for you. I could have run around the aisles at my grocery store frantically with my toddler in tow, but instead I ordered everything on Thrive on their website and it was shipped right to my door. It saved me time and it saved me money, which is incredible. This order was mostly for snacks. I love that they have really good snack options for my kids, but you can get everything at Thrive. So you can get cleaning supplies, you can get personal care items, you can get pantry staples, meat and seafood, obviously snacks. And if you have any dietary restrictions, so like paleo, vegan, gluten-free, the list goes on and on, you can actually filter the catalog based off of your dietary restrictions, so it's only going to show you the things that you can have. So the first thing we have in our Thrive order is jasmine rice. We can never have too much of this. Carson is obsessed with cereal, and this brand is very expensive at our local grocery store, so I love that it's on Thrive and we can save some money on it. We obviously needed like the giant pack of Pirates Booty. My son takes these every single day for snack at school. These are one thing that my picky toddler will eat pretty much every single time. We love a good microwavable macaroni for lunches for the kids, and Annie's is obviously a really good brand. Grabbed some apple cinnamon oatmeal. Another snack option for the kids. This saves lives bars, if I could say that properly. These are a really good brand of bars and my kids love them. This is another thing we've never tried before, these wild berry acai toaster pastries. I feel like my kids are gonna love these. These cookies right here were a result of me giving my husband my phone to go through Thrive and see if there's anything that he wanted me to add to my cart, and of course he added cookies. I've also got some pasta here. I have some ghee here. I've never tried this before, so I'm excited to give this a shot. We also have some almond butter, but I have a ton more snacks in here. This was a very snack heavy order for us, so I'm just gonna lay it all out on the counter and kind of pan over it so you guys can see everything that we got. But once again, Thrive has everything. They have pantry staples, they have meat and seafood, frozen items, cleaning supplies, they even have pet care, they have wine. We are just big snackers in this family. So a monthly membership with Thrive is $12 a month, but you could also do an annual membership, which is what I would personally recommend, and that is $59.95 a month, and that works out to about $5 a month. I feel like this is an important thing to note here. If you don't make back your annual membership cost in savings, Thrive will actually credit it back to you. So there's literally nothing to lose. So now that I sit here surrounded by all of my snacks that I need to put away, if you would like to try Thrive Market for yourself, you can use the link in my description box or go to thrivemarket.com/KatherineElaine, and that will get you 30% off your first order plus a free gift that is valued up to $60 when you join Thrive Market. Just a little pro tip here, there is no maximum on how much money you can spend and still get 30% off. So if you need some stuff, I would recommend that you stock up and save 30% off all of it and save a ton of money. And I just want to say thank you so much to Thrive for sponsoring today's video. So here we go with the declutter and clean out of our fridge. As you can see, it desperately needed it. I'm not just saying that, it really did. So like with most declutters, I wanted to completely empty it out so I could see the space that I'm working with and also get everything out in front of me so that I can get a better idea of what we no longer need and get rid of those items. We don't typically have a ton of food waste from our refrigerator in particular because we typically just shop for the week ahead. We don't have like a large surplus of food that we're prepping for months ahead of time. So the only things that are usually no good anymore that I need to get rid of are the things that got shoved in the back and just couldn't see them and then they just expired over time. It had been quite some time since I had cleaned out our fridge, so I wanted to show you guys up close how bad it was. It was crazy. It was so dirty, so disgusting. I actually found like a dead fly in the fridge while I was cleaning it out, and I was like absolutely horrified. But to clean all of the shelves in the fridge, I'm just using Dawn Power Wash and a microfiber cloth that I soaked in really hot water. The state of my refrigerator was so bad with all of the mess all over the shelves that I actually considered taking them all out and bringing them over to the sink to give them a really good scrub. But luckily this did the trick and I didn't need to do that. So this is actually my favorite way to clean the fridge. If you guys are looking for something to try for cleaning your fridge, I would definitely recommend the Dawn Power Wash spray. It works extremely well at getting up all of the grime. When I am cleaning out my fridge, I try to work quickly and strategically so that nothing is sitting on the counter for too long. So as soon as I am done cleaning off the shelves, I immediately put back like the super perishable items, so milk, yogurt, and things like that, because I don't want them just sitting out room temperature for a super long time. But now I'm also quickly cleaning out the drawers so that I can get those back in the fridge as well. The last time I cleaned out my fridge and filmed it, I remember asking you guys if you also have a drawer just dedicated to cheese like we do, and it really surprised me how many people also have a cheese drawer. We are all cheese lovers in this house. We love all different kinds of cheese, and even my picky toddler loves cheese. So that is why we have like an exclusive drawer just for our cheeses. One of my favorite methods when I'm decluttering is to take every single thing out of the space and then just let it declutter itself by process of elimination. I will just start putting things back and eventually I'm left with all the items that are expired or we don't need, and I don't need to do a whole bunch of sorting to get to that point. Aside from being cheese people, we are also big condiment people. So you'll see our doors in the fridge have so many different types of condiments in them. We have like certain steak sauces that we like, ketchup and mustard. We have other random sauces we like for burgers. So we tend to have a lot of stuff in our fridge doors, but the good news is they don't get very dirty because all that we keep over there are condiments. We're not like spilling anything in there. So that's why I didn't completely empty those out, and I'm just individually going through them now that I've finished filling up the fridge. And here we have everything that we are getting rid of from the fridge. I would say like 80% of this was just expired, and the other 20% were things that I just know we are never going to consume and we need to just let them go. And here is the after of the fridge. It looks a million times better. We can see everything, and I was able to properly grocery shop because I could see what we already had, and it wasn't just an overstuffed mess. And here's all the containers after I cleaned them out so I could get them into our recycling bin. My husband is very supportive of me and my efforts to reduce the clutter in our home, but he has a hard time letting go of some things. One of those being clothing, which is totally normal and valid, but he hasn't decluttered his wardrobe in multiple years at this point, and his clothes were absolutely overflowing. There was not enough storage for them, and it was to the point where we couldn't even close our closet door properly. So it was time, and I wanted to make this process as simple as possible for him. So I started by emptying out every single clothing item from all of his drawers and the closet, and I laid them all out in categories for him. So I did pants, shorts, sweatpants, t-shirts, long sleeves, and sweatshirts. And that way, once it's all out there for him, he can see every single thing he has and can go through each category individually, which makes it a little bit less overwhelming. Another good thing about going in there and doing these decluttering projects that can seem so daunting is that you get the space fully cleaned out so you can vacuum it. We had just an insane amount of dust bunnies in the closet that needed to be taken care of. One of our cats loves to hide in this closet and sleep, and you will see the evidence of that in a minute when I show you how dirty and full of cat fur one of my husband's clothing bins was. If you have a hard time decluttering something in your house, I wanted to offer a few tips while we work on this project together. This is kind of a long one, so I wanted to make sure I was still offering some sort of value while we try to get through this together. I know how overwhelming it can be to declutter, and it can seem so daunting to just even get started. I think the first thing that you want to do, and it may seem obvious, but start with asking yourself, when is the last time I used this or wore this? If it's been longer than, let's say, 6 months, it's probably not adding much value to your life. But if you're still having a hard time letting it go, try tracking how often you use it or wear it for, let's say, the month following, or 2 months if you want to give it more time. If you still have not touched that item or worn that piece of clothing, chances are you aren't going to, and it's okay to give yourself permission to let it go. Something that I have a hard time with is letting go of items because I'm thinking about the money that I've wasted. But I have tried to shift my mindset recently to stop worrying about the money I spent on the item by just reminding myself I cannot do anything about the money I've already spent. I likely won't be able to recoup that cost, but keeping something in my life that I never use just simply because it cost me is not earning me back the dollars that I've spent, and it's actually costing me space and peace of mind. So I'm better off letting those items go and onto other homes where maybe they'll be utilized more and appreciated in a way that I am not currently appreciating them. We are just about done emptying out the drawers of all of my husband's clothing, getting them all sorted onto the bed, and then as soon as we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and grab a trash bag and call him in and let him start going through everything. The little head scratch here as he stared down at all of the clothes was pretty funny to me, so I kept that in. But now we're going through all the clothing, obviously. I wish I could have kept all of the audio in here, but it would have just been too long. But he was really funny, just saying like, well, I still wear this, or maybe I'll wear that, and I still kind of like this. And yeah, this has holes, but I still want it. I just thought it was pretty funny. He definitely has a harder time than I do of letting go of these items. And he will continue to wear something even if it has holes in it, even if it has stains in it, and he truly does not care. So that is something we definitely differ in. But these are his things, they're his clothes, so I wasn't making it my job to decide what he was allowed to keep or what he needed to get rid of. I left it fully up to him. I just wanted to make the process a little bit easier by laying everything out for him where he could see it. And then once he's all done going through all of the clothing, I wanted to organize it all back into the dresser and into the closet in a way that made more sense, where he could see everything that he has and it's not going to be thrown all over the place and overflowing in the drawers. I was hopeful that he might declutter a little bit more than what he chose to, but it is a start. And like I said, he can have a hard time saying goodbye to stuff, and I certainly don't expect perfection, just progress, and we definitely made some progress. And before I get the comment, because I feel like I can already hear it in my head, I declutter my own wardrobe very often. I'm not asking him to do something that I wouldn't do, and he was like a full 100% participant. He had no problem with me wanting to declutter his clothes. He wanted to do it as well. He just has a harder time letting go of things. Unfortunately, we do not have a big walk-in closet. We don't have a ton of space for hanging clothing. And I feel like he does a lot better with his clothing storage when he's able to hang things. But for whatever reason, he just does not enjoy using our little standard size closet that we have in our current house to hang his clothes. So that's why he has like that storage bin in our closet and he uses that instead. So unfortunately, I cannot hang a lot of this like I would like to. But I wanted to try folding all of his clothes in the filing method, which is my favorite way personally to organize a dresser. Now, I don't do this all the time. My clothing I do tend to keep in this filing method, but for my kids, I just throw their clothes in the drawer and they literally don't care. But my husband, he needed some kind of organization system. You guys saw how much all of his drawers were overflowing, and if you struggle with space and not having a lot of storage space, I would highly suggest that you try the filing method because you can fit way more stuff in your drawers and it's not going to be overflowing out of the drawers. It's not going to impact you being able to close your drawers. And the best part is that you can actually see every single thing that you have. So you will never find yourself needing to dig through all of your clothes and unfold all of your clothes just to find one shirt. You can see every single thing as soon as you open the drawer when you fold your clothes using this method. Another quick little tip I have for decluttering is to stop yourself before you start. If you are looking to buy something, I want you to visualize exactly where you're going to store it before you make that purchase. By doing this, you may stop yourself and realize you don't have a plan for that item and simply don't have the space for it, and maybe you won't end up making that purchase at all. I know this has definitely prevented me from making impulse purchases. These projects from start to finish, between decluttering my fridge and then decluttering my husband's wardrobe, I want to say they took me around 6 hours total. So it's crazy how I can condense both of those projects down to like a 25-minute video. It was a lot of work, but again, the reward is always worth it. I always feel so good getting a new batch of items out of our home and out of our lives. Living in a small home can be just a constant uphill battle. There's just not enough storage space. We've got 4 of us here in an 1,100 square foot home. We don't have a garage. Really, all we have for storage space is our basement. So I've told you guys in a lot of videos, our basement is a disaster right now. We have so much work to do down there. But what's crazy is if we were to move into a bigger home, the house would probably feel empty because, first of all, we've decluttered so much, but second of all, your clutter really can look different just depending on the space that you're in. And if we had maybe a couple more closets, maybe more than one bathroom, a master closet in our bedroom to fit all of our clothing, that would eliminate so much of the bulk of the clutter we have in our basement currently that we just simply cannot fit upstairs in our house like normal people might. So I just want to say, if you live in a small home as well, and sometimes you feel like the clutter is literally caving in on you, that you are not alone. And I 100% feel your pain. It is such a struggle. We actually lived in a 2,500 square foot home a couple of years ago, and we moved to our new home and it's much smaller. So that has been really challenging to try and find places for everything, and then just this journey of getting rid of things and trying to live not only within our means financially, but also within our means space-wise. I was really starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel at this point. I was just filling up the bins in the closet with the rest of the clothes. I tried to make sure I only had one bin for each category. And then when I was all done, I brought my husband in to show him exactly how I had organized everything and where all of his stuff was. And he was like so impressed and was really, really happy with the final result. If you are looking for a really affordable storage solution, I will try to remember to link the storage system that my husband has in our closet. We have a really small closet, which you guys obviously could see, and it fits in there perfectly, and it was, again, really affordable. So it's helpful if you don't want to like spend all kinds of money on a custom closet to just have something simple like that. So again, I'll try to link it in my description box if I remember. And here we have our bag full of donations. So one whole trash bag was able to be filled up with my husband's clothes, and believe it or not, he has a lot more where this came from. We have a ton of bins in our basement that are full of his clothes that we will be going through very soon, and likely getting rid of a lot because I don't think he's touched any of it in multiple years. But this is the after. So like I said, I used the filing method to fold his clothes so you can see everything when you open the drawers. I didn't do that with his pants though, because I just for some reason can't get it right when I try to do it with pants. But pants are a lot easier to quickly look through when you open up a drawer than t-shirts are. But that is all for this week's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and it got you motivated and inspired to clean or declutter a space in your home. Look at this after of the closet. It was just so much better. Don't forget to check out Thrive Market. I will have that link and all the information in my description box down below. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. It literally means the world to me, and I hope you will come back again next week for another video.